So we have to say how all these things have changed people's lives. And there are so many things to say about that. Isn't that so? Wow, there have been so many changes. So many. Well, let's begin. Okay, but we have to take into consideration 5 inventions: the electric light bulb, the aeroplane, the telephone, the television, and the computer. Yes, let's consider the electric bulb, for example. Have you ever thought what we could do without electricity? Impossible to think about that. Living with no electricity nowadays, impossible. At least that's my humble opinion. What about yours? I couldn't agree more on that. With the electric bulb, we have so many advantages. We can see in the darkness, which is really important. I don't know if you see what I mean. Yes, I see your point. And the same has happened with the telephone. The telephone is another invention that has really shortened distances. It has nothing to do with the fact of traveling, but it has to do with the possibility of communication, which is so important. And the telephone has improved so much that nowadays we talk about cell phones and mobile phones, and our lives without them is nonsense. Certainly, my life without a mobile phone would be a disaster, let's admit it. Yes, I agree with you entirely. But look, we still have to talk about 2 more points. We have the television and the computer. Well, let's talk about the television. Let me think. Our lives without television. Possible. For me, possible. Don't know what you think about it. Well, thinking about it, nowadays children and teenagers, they prefer the computers. Computers? Well, my life without a computer is a little bit complicated. So it is really one of the best inventions. With a computer, I've had access to the internet, I've had access to lots of things, lots of possibilities. A lot of workload has been replaced with a computer, and it has the pros and the cons. The cons: unemployment, we have to admit it. I don't know if you agree with me. Yes, I see what you mean, exactly. And considering the 5 inventions we've been talking about, what do you think is the most important? Or at least let's put them in order of priorities. I mean, ranking from the most useful to the least useful. What would you say? Do you mean the most important inventions? Yes, I see your point. It's really hard to decide. Well, okay, so for me, the electric bulb, definitely. You are right. The electric bulb means electricity, and none of the other things work without electricity, at least for the moment.